I'm Ashley Vickers. I'm the president of Prism, which is an organization on campus. It's the Gay Straight Alliance here on campus. I hope most of you have heard of it. All these people here are also members of Prism. We're all here to propose that we get an LGBT resource center on campus. First, I'll tell you a little bit about Prism. We've had a Gay Straight Alliance at UCA for probably 20 years or so. Prism has been here for 20 years. And it's changed a lot in the time, but now we offer to educate our campus on LGBT issues. We also offer support in a safe space for LGBT people and their allies. I'm sorry, LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. And we are currently the only the only space, the only organization, the only really anything on campus that offers any kind of LGBT support. We'd like to change that. So our goal is to have a commitment from the university to take a more visible and public role in supporting LGBT students. Prism has about 200 people on our mailing list, but we estimate that about 6% of our campus identifies as LGBT. That's about 780 students roughly. That's an estimation. It's probably a low estimation as well. There are also transgender people on our campus, and for those of you who don't really know what transgender is, a rough definition of that is a person who feels like they're born into the wrong body, a person who was born male but feels that they're female, and a lot of times people take steps into transition or to live as the way they feel they are. So we do have those students on our campus. We also estimate there's about 50 faculty and staff people on our campus who identify as LGBT. A national survey estimated that 39% of LGBT students report being harassed on college campuses. That's a very large percent of people. And I would, just a show of hands of all of you, how many people have been harassed due to your sexual orientation on this campus right here, or have been discriminated against? I would say that most people probably have been. A couple years ago, actually, I guess it was last year, 2007, we had an LGBT campus climate index done from an organization. And that was based on the policies and practices of our university. And UCA scored a 2.5 out of 5 stars on that, which is a 45%, which is a failing score. But if any of you would like to see that campus climate survey, Haley has a copy, or we have a copy that you can see. So we propose that there's some possibilities to make this university more inclusive and more diverse to all students. And we propose that by getting a resource center on campus. And this could look like a lot of different things, but we do know that it would allow for a safe space on campus. It would allow for resources like books, videos, info brochures, things like that. It would allow for visibility on campus and support for student organizations like Prism, because as of now, if Prism dissolved, or if there were some students who graduated and Prism went away, there would not be an LGBT thing on this campus at all. So that would be able to establish that. It would provide campus and community outreach, like training, programs, mentorships. We could possibly make this some type of branch off of an existing minority services, possibly. This center is a very important step in making the university a better place and making it more of a progressive university, a more diverse university, and making all of our students feel welcome here, because we scored 2.45% out of 100. It's not very good. I don't think that is going to make people feel very welcome. I also want to point out that SGA has done a whole lot to already help us make our university more LGBT friendly. Like, let's see, you guys said that you wouldn't fund any groups that discriminated against LGBT people or discriminated against other people. You also we were the first university in the state to protect against LGBT students against discrimination and harassment. That's a really big step, and SGA definitely pushed that a lot. I would like to note that faculty and staff members who are LGBT still are not protected under that, and that's something that I'd like to work toward as well. And of course, you guys fund Prism, which is the GSA here, the Gay Straight Alliance University. So I ask you to really deeply consider the proposal for this resource center, and I'll take any questions that you all have about that. But also, I wanted to note that Prism's having a conference. We host the statewide LGBT conference every year. We're actually having it at UCA, the Student Center, this weekend. It's Friday and Saturday, and there's people from all over the state coming. even people from high schools, lots of people from high schools. So I invite you all to attend that as well.
Okay, there's about 3.5 minutes remaining for questions. I have one question. How do you feel the minority mentor, the minority services office currently works with LGBT groups?
It doesn't. I don't know a lot about the minority services, but I know that it does not include LGBT people at all.
Cody, could you say?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's really formal. Do you think the Safe Zone program, should that be coordinated by the university already? Should you guys even have to coordinate that right now?
It's just, I personally think it's unprofessional. Some of the things that our organization has to do, I think it's unprofessional for the university because, I mean, this is my personal passion to do these things. So I love doing Safe Zone. The Safe Zone is a huge project. It involves every single faculty and staff person on the campus. It's been, people have asked to do it in resident halls. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of people. It's a very small, I mean, we're not that small an organization, but it's just a really big thing for us to do. So I think that the university should help with it, yes.
Are there any other questions? No other questions? Is there anything that you would like to add?
I think if there was a diversity training done recently. It didn't actually happen because of snow, but and they came to us to do it, and that's great. I mean, I feel like that's great that we can do that. But the fact that the university has to go to a student because the student's more qualified than any person really on this campus that's been hired to do those jobs. I think that's something that this resource center would provide. People who were actually qualified to do diversity training and do it in our dorms and our resident halls and have programs and things like that. Because I think that's something. Prism is just the only thing on campus at all, and that's just a really hard thing for us to do is to educate the entire campus.
So do you imagine like a resource center in conjunction with minority services?
Ideally, I don't, but I don't know if that. I just think that's kind of what would work easiest. I would like to see at least one person hired to run that, and then to have student workers. I think that there needs to be someone hired to do that, but I know that's really difficult.
Jacob, you can have the last question.
All right. Then what exactly are you asking from us specifically?
I'm asking for your support, really, because this is just the first step in the long process, I feel. So we're asking for you to support this resource center because, I mean, this is, I don't think there's not, I don't believe any colleges in Arkansas have one right now, but it's a really big step toward making your campus more inclusive. And there's a lot of other universities working toward this, and I think if we all kind of, if you all support this idea, it can be pushed to something and really make our campus a lot better.
Okay, thank you all for coming. Our Student Life Committee is meeting on Wednesday to discuss a resolution saying, expressing SGA's support for that, and SGA will be voting on that next Monday at 5. So you're welcome to come back again and hear that discussion. But thank you for coming.
Thank you.